Hi everybody. Yeah, it's on. I already made one video and it was pretty long, and I was thinking all along I'm talking too much, and I look at it and go to upload it and it's a minute long. I was out of memory on my camera. So I didn't get to go and do much of anything. We went to Wiener Schnitzel, but we didn't make it to the bank in time. We left here at 5:45 and got to the bank down on the corner, and the bank had closed at 5. So we went down Montgomery a couple of miles, and that one closes at 6, but the doggone thing was already closed at like 5 minutes till. They were already closed, so we didn't get to get any money out of the bank. So I'm going to have to go tomorrow and do it. My mom's down here tonight. Oh, I'm not naked. I do have a cute little dress on that I got, and it has a cute little tube top. And it's long, gray. I got it at Family Dollar for like 12 bucks. Anyway, I hope this is where it needs to be. I think it is. Anyway, my mom's down here tonight, but she has stuff to do tomorrow, and we're not really going to leave till about 7 because it's cooler. And I called home, and I thought I was going to go home today. I knew my mom was coming today, so I thought I would be going home, and I told my husband I would be home today. Then I had to call him and tell him otherwise, and he was like, "Oh no." And I said, "Yeah." So "Why, do you miss me over there?" He goes, "Oh my God, I'm so tired doing all your stuff and my stuff." And I said, "Really? Really?" Because he gets to leave all the time and go to the ranch and play, and which is a little bit of work, but it's only about 2 hours of work. And he also gets to go to see his daughter, and he went 1 year on Thanksgiving in the middle of winter. Went and saw his daughter and got to go to South Padre Island and all kinds of shit, and I never get to do that. And I'm home doing all his work, and he never feels bad about it. So I'm glad that he's learning that lesson, because it hasn't been a nice one for me, and he's done it to me hundreds of times, left for 5 days, 6 days, 10 days. So anyway, so we did stay on the phone quite a while. We had a long discussion about a recent incident, which I haven't told you guys about, but I am going to go ahead and tell you about it because, number one, I need some feedback, and number two, I need support because the thing that I'm going to have to do is not good, and I'm not looking forward to it. But long story short, what happened was last week my son asked me for money. I told him I didn't have any. We were down to really about 100 bucks in the checking account, and I said, "I'm not getting any money out, and neither are you." And he had already asked me if he could go and sell 3 or 4 bales of hay to some guy that didn't get any llamas, and I told him no, he couldn't, because that he had gotten llamas and he hadn't gotten any hay, is what I meant to say. He had gotten a bunch of llamas, he didn't get hay, can't find any, could he sell him some? I said, "No, I just paid $800 for hay, that's why I'm struggling right now. And I need all the hay I've got. I need at least 400 or 500 bales to get through the winter. I have 5 horses at the ranch. I have 25 cows with calves at the ranch. I have those 3 horses in town. One of them looks like it's starving to death, and I'm feeding it as much as I can. He's old. He's not looking good. And, you know, I'm struggling keeping him fed. I'm taking him out, feeding weeds, cutting weeds to feed him. I can't afford to part with any hay." Well, he and another friend went to the house, to the hangar, the airplane hangar where we store our hay now, and broke in there, and didn't break in. Seth knows the combination. Went in the thing, took hay out, 10 bales in the morning and 14 bales in the afternoon of one day. That's 24 bales. I'm trying to get together 400 bales, and you're taking 24 at a time. And sold the first 10 for $5 a bale, and sold the second 14 for $3 a bale. What? What? And the thing is that, you know, I'm the first one when my kids get screwed up and they do something stupid. You know, I'm the first one to say, I know what my kids are capable of. They're not angels. Nobody is. And kids make mistakes. And yes, I'm the first one to say he may have made a mistake, but he is guilty. Guilty as can be. But the people whose kid went with them are the first ones to always blame everything on my son and not let their son take any of it. And I believe, just like the Bible says, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. There has to be some freaking discipline. And the thing is it's a felony and 2 misdemeanors for breaking into the hangar and taking the hay and selling it. Stolen property. 2 misdemeanors and a felony. So their kids getting charged with it, my kids getting charged with it. They're pissed off at me, pissed off at my husband. Hey, you know what? Too bad. Let your kid take his lickings, is what I say. Because I'm going to have to let mine take him, and I don't like it either. But I know that that boy, you know, who I love the kid. I love his dad. I don't love his mother. She's my greatest enemy on the planet. But I wouldn't put somebody in jail for no reason at all. You know how I feel about it. You know, I don't want anybody in jail if they don't have to be. But if that's what you did, and you enjoyed the spoils just like a freaking pirate did, you know, one guy goes out and does it and takes it back to all the pirates, they share the spoils, right? Well, that's what they did. You know, even if I understand he may not be aware that he was stealing, because I'm sure that my son said, this shit's mine. I'm the one that goes and gets this stuff. It belongs, I can see him doing it. It belongs to me. We're selling it. We need some money. My dad's an ass. He won't give me any money. My mom's stupid. She won't give me any money. He went and stole from us and took it, okay? And then came back later on. My daughter went to get him because things got very heated. And the thing is that when that happens, I end up leaving the house for a few days. That's what happened the last time. I ended up leaving the house for 3 days. I did go back. But my husband and I nearly broke up the last time that him and Seth had an altercation. So my daughter says, you know what, you're not leaving again. And it's ridiculous that you feel the need to, you know, leave. You know, I'm a fight or flight kind of girl. And if I can't fight, I flight. I'm out, you know. And I'm looking for the door because it's causing me anxiety and I need to get out of the situation. So she says, no, you're not leaving. It was while she was there for her birthday. She says, I'm going to go get him. He's going to come back here and face the music. So she goes and gets him. And he doesn't come with her. But in a few minutes, I hear him talking outside to my husband. And it's loud. And they come in the door, and my husband's telling him, well, you're not going to take this crap out on me, Seth. You know, you're not going to act like I did something wrong. So within a few minutes, few seconds, it goes physical. And the next thing I know, my son is strangling my husband. I did end up leaving the house. I took my granddaughter out of there after I pulled my son off my husband 3 times. Then I decided that I needed to go and get the cops, and I got my granddaughter and I left. My daughter called me and said they're done before I even got to the cops. So I didn't call the cops, I went to Mother's. Well, he stewed on it for a few days, and yesterday he decides to call the cops. But the reason he decides to call him and go ahead and file a report against him is because my son's going around telling everybody that I sent him out like a freaking gypsy to steal and bring it back to Mama. Why in the hell would I steal my own hay that I just paid for, that I'm struggling all month because I paid for that? I have no money to my name because I paid that huge bill. Why would I go and steal from myself, send my son out to steal from my own self and my husband, and tell him to sell it for $5 and $3 a bale when I just got done buying it for $10 a bale? Really? 100 bales of hay for $800. So it was close to $10 a bale. First of all, if I was going to steal from my own self, I'd be selling it to the dumbass that didn't buy any for $12 a bale, not $3. That's how I would do it. I'd say, you know what, Seth, go get 4 or 5 bales and go sell that shit for $10, $15 a bale to the idiots that didn't buy any, and we'll make a few bucks. I wouldn't sell it and at a loss a week after I just bought it and I'm struggling. Anyway, that pushed my husband over the edge. He called the marshal. He called the sheriff's office, county sheriff. And they came out and he made a report and they went over and gave them a ticket. And like I said, it's a felony and 2 misdemeanors and we've got to go to court. And I'm going to have to go to court against my son, my baby, my youngest son, my youngest child. And I am not happy. I can't believe. And you know, if he hadn't been running his mouth, it still wouldn't even have gotten to this, because my husband had already said it depends on how he acts when he comes in the door. And Seth came in choking people and threatening to kill him. He said he was going to kill my husband. And my husband's 65 years old and he cannot tangle with a 20-year-old no matter what he thinks. You know, and Seth is 6'2" and arms as long as a yardstick, trying to, you know, he can't even get a punch in on Seth because Seth is pushing him away and strangling him by the throat. He couldn't even get Seth off of him. If I hadn't have gotten Seth off of him 3 times, he would have choked the life out of him. So anyway, that's what's up. It sucks. I'm not happy about it. And I don't like the way that this is playing out. I don't want to go to court. I hate going to court. And I'm hurting all over. That bed is beating the heck out of me. So that's it, I guess. That's what I really need some feedback on. I don't need feedback because I think I'm doing the right thing. My son needs to learn this lesson. So does the other kid. And I don't want any bad things to happen to either one of them. And depending on how they go into court, that is what will determine if they go to jail or not. I already know that because I know how the court works in our little towns. You know, and the judge is extremely lenient. He will probably give him probation and a fine and make him pay back the hay, which they stole 180 bales of hay, $180 worth of hay, is what it ended up being by my husband's calculation, 180. But they sold it for $47 and $30, so for $77 instead of 180. Why would I do that? Why? I would never do that. And it hurts me that my son is going to throw his own mother under the bus and try to make it look like it's okay. When my husband pulled in the driveway to stop him where he was delivering the second bales of hay, he was screaming at my husband, "Get the hell out of here, go on!" And my husband pulled up and motioned him over. And he said, "What the hell do you think you're doing? You stole that hay from me." And he said, "That's my hay." Really? And he does the same thing with my pickup. That's not his pickup. I don't even drive my pickup. You know how often I drive. And he acts like that's his pickup. Well, guess what? He ain't driving it now. He's homeless again. And this kills me. My son is freaking homeless again. So he came this evening with another police officer to get the rest of his things. And I haven't heard from him. I texted him the day that I got the information that he was saying that about me, and I told him, don't ever speak my name again. Don't have my name in your mouth. Because if I find out that you are going around telling other people that, because I hear this through the grapevine, so if I hear it anymore, I'm coming for you. I'm serious. You're not going to speak about me in that manner. I won't have it. I won't take it from my own child. And let me tell you, I can be a real bitch when it comes to dealing with my kids. I don't take any guff off of them. You know, I'm the mother, they're the child, and I need them to do as I ask or as I say, with no arguing back and forth, no nothing. So when they get big with me, it makes me furious, because I don't tolerate it, not even from my 30-year-old daughter or my 25-year-old son. So I did send him a threatening text message. I don't want to hear you speaking about me anymore and saying this garbage that I sent you out to steal like a freaking gypsy. How dare you do that to me in our little town where I live, especially to my own kids Who the hell do you think you are? I told him. I said, you need to get it straight in your mind. Now, let me tell you, the thing is that my son's father is extreme manic depressive. Living with him was a freaking nightmare. I never knew who was coming home. I never knew what he was going to do. He abused me emotionally and physically. And he also did crazy things. Just off the wall crazy things. And if you've ever dealt with someone with manic depression, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I mean, like, seriously, never knew who was coming home. The guy would leave to go out on the truck and he'd come back. He was a cowboy born and bred, and he'd come back a freaking biker. Or come back with a brand new, he had 57 tattoos on him. And he would come back with a new tattoo or skull rings and a leather jacket, and had spent all our money, and it was nuts. And my daughter remembers these things. The boys don't remember it so much, but my daughter does. I don't want my son to be going through stuff like that, but I fear that what is happening is that he is in a situation where he's got a real mental problem. And he needs medication, probably, at the very least. And he definitely needs some anger management and some freaking counseling of some sort. But I don't even know how to begin to do that for him, since he can't ever come back home again. And he is not speaking to me. Anyway, I don't know, people. So, I did have a conversation with John on the phone. Christy's John. We did talk for quite a while. What a nice guy he is. And let me tell you, he's struggling. And he doesn't have any earthly idea what to do. But I really had a good conversation with him. Doesn't look like Christy's... she has a court date on August 2nd. And then they'll determine what to do at that point, I suppose. He said she may very well go back, because she's had her evaluation and it's done. So she may very well be sent back to the hospital, but she's going to have to endure jail for at least till August 2nd. I got another information from another friend, found me a link to her booking photo and the bail information. And the bail is $7,500. There's no bond and no fine. But the bail is $7,500. So there's no way that I can help her with that. And I don't think anybody else is able to do that. And after speaking with John, I feel like she needs to still be confined, even though it's not good the way that she is dealing with being confined in jail. But it's not good the way she is in the mental hospital either, and she's not taking the medication. So either way, and certainly it wouldn't be any good if she got out and just went, you know, freaking haywire and really hurt somebody or herself or whatever. And her charges, well, I'm not going to say what they are or anything. If someone wants to know that stuff, they can ask me, and maybe I'll share it. Or you can certainly find it out yourself if you do a little work, you know. So anyways, I love you all very much. Be blessed, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. I'm going to get some sleep, and I will see you very soon. Night.